Timothy's story is one that stands as a beacon of faith, perseverance, and the power of mentorship. While many are familiar with the Apostle Paul, few truly understand the pivotal role that Timothy played in early Christianity. His journey wasn't one marked by grand gestures or moments of instant glory, but rather by consistent faithfulness, deep mentorship, and the courage to stand firm in his convictions, even when the odds seemed overwhelming. In this video, we will explore the life of Timothy, a young disciple of Paul, and how his story serves as a source of motivation for all of us today. Whether you're facing challenges in your career, relationships, or personal faith, Timothy's life offers valuable lessons in resilience, leadership, and staying true to one's calling. The humble beginnings. Raised in faith. Timothy's story begins in the city of Lystra, a small town in Asia Minor, where he was raised by a Jewish mother named Eunice and a Greek father. Although we don't know much about his father, his mother and grandmother, Lois, played a significant role in shaping his early spiritual life. From a young age, Timothy was exposed to the Jewish scriptures, and these foundational teachings laid the groundwork for his later commitment to Christ. There's something deeply motivational in the way Timothy's faith was nurtured. He was raised in a mixed cultural environment, and yet his mother and grandmother instilled in him a deep respect for the Word of God. In many ways, Timothy represents the power of a strong spiritual foundation. Even when life's challenges threatened to shake him, he held fast to the teachings passed down to him. For those of us today who may feel overwhelmed by our circumstances or disconnected from our spiritual roots, Timothy's story reminds us that it's never too late to return to our foundations. Just as Timothy was equipped by his mother and grandmother to face the challenges ahead, we too can draw strength from the teachings and wisdom that have been passed down to us. A call to ministry, the power of mentorship. Timothy's calling into ministry was not something that happened overnight. It came through a relationship with a mentor who would change his life forever. The Apostle Paul. It was on one of Paul's missionary journeys that he encountered Timothy, and seeing the young man's faith and potential, Paul invited him to join him in spreading the gospel. What makes Timothy's story truly motivational is not just his response to the call, but the process of mentorship that he underwent. Paul didn't just see Timothy as a helper in the ministry, but as a disciple to be trained, shaped, and encouraged. Throughout their relationship, Paul gave Timothy guidance, advice, and encouragement, all while recognizing the unique gifts and strengths that Timothy brought to the table. In today's world, mentorship can be one of the most powerful tools for growth and success. Timothy's life shows us that no matter how young or inexperienced we may be, the right mentorship can help us find our calling, navigate challenges, and grow into the leaders we are meant to be. The Apostle Paul didn't just tell Timothy what to do. He walked alongside him, offering advice, correction, and support when needed. For those seeking to grow in their careers or personal lives, finding a mentor who genuinely invests in your success can make all the difference. Perseverance in the face of adversity. One of the defining features of Timothy's life was his ability to persevere through adversity. Throughout his ministry, Timothy faced significant challenges. He was often young in comparison to the other leaders in the early church, and this presented difficulties, particularly when it came to earning the respect of others. In addition, Timothy was also tasked with managing difficult situations in the churches he oversaw, all while dealing with his own fears and insecurities. Paul, understanding the struggles Timothy faced, wrote him 2 letters that offer profound wisdom for overcoming such challenges. In 1 Timothy 4:12, Paul encourages Timothy to let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity. This is one of the most powerful motivational passages in the Bible because it speaks directly to anyone who has ever felt overlooked or underestimated due to age, background, or experience. For Timothy, his youth was both an advantage and a challenge. He had the energy and passion to lead, but he also had to prove himself in a world that often discounted young leaders. And yet, despite these struggles, Timothy remained faithful to his calling. demonstrating the kind of perseverance that can inspire anyone facing obstacles today. Whether in the workplace, school, or personal life, Timothy's story encourages us to press on, even when others doubt our ability to succeed. Leading with integrity and courage. As Timothy grew in his ministry, he was entrusted with more and more responsibility. Paul left him in charge of overseeing churches in Ephesus, a city rife with spiritual challenges and opposition. Yet Timothy continued to lead with integrity and courage, grounded in the teachings Paul had imparted to him. One of the most remarkable aspects of Timothy's leadership was his commitment to doing what was right, even when it was difficult. Paul's letters to Timothy are filled with advice on how to lead with humility, honesty, and a heart of service. In 2 Timothy, Paul encourages Timothy to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you. This is not just a call to action. It's a reminder that leadership comes from a place of inner strength and conviction. For those in leadership positions, whether in the workplace, at home, or in their communities, Timothy's example offers a blueprint for success. Leadership is not about titles or positions of power. It's about how we lead others with integrity, making decisions that align with our values, and remaining steadfast in the face of challenges. Timothy's courage in the face of persecution, his focus on others' well-being, and his commitment to the truth are qualities that all of us can emulate. The power of faithful service. One of the most striking things about Timothy's life was his unwavering commitment to serving others. He didn't seek fame or recognition. Rather, he focused on faithfully serving God and others, often working behind the scenes to support Paul and the churches. Timothy's story teaches us that true success doesn't come from accolades or external validation. It comes from a life lived in service to others. In 2 Timothy, Paul tells Timothy, "As for you, always be sober-minded, endure suffering. Do the work of an evangelist. Fulfill your ministry." This call to fulfill your ministry is not just a reminder of Timothy's mission. It's a call to each of us to live with purpose, dedicating our lives to something greater than ourselves. In today's world, where many are focused on personal gain and external success, Timothy's life reminds us that lasting fulfillment comes from dedicating our gifts and talents to a cause that matters. Whether it's serving in our communities, supporting our families, or helping those in need, living a life of faithful service brings a sense of purpose and satisfaction that cannot be found in fleeting achievements. Leaving a lasting legacy. Timothy's legacy is not one of wealth, fame, or worldly success. Instead, it is a legacy of faithfulness, perseverance, and impact. Through his relationship with Paul, his ministry to the churches, and his leadership, Timothy left an indelible mark on the early Christian church. His letters, which Paul wrote to him, continue to inspire and challenge believers to this day. Timothy's life teaches us that the most lasting impact we can have is through our faithfulness, our integrity, and our dedication to the well-being of others. The story of Timothy encourages us to leave a legacy that is built on character, kindness, and service rather than material success. Thank you for watching and diving into the inspiring story of Timothy with us today. His life reminds us all that greatness isn't about the spotlight, but about faithfulness, perseverance, and service to others. If you found motivation in Timothy's journey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Keep living with purpose, and I'll see you in the next one.